Welcome back to this series on reinforcement learning. It's finally time to apply everything we've learned about DeepQ learning to implement our own DeepQ network in code. In this episode, we'll get introduced to our reinforcement learning task at hand and go over the prerequisites needed to set up our environments to be ready to code. So, let's get to it. Alright, let's jump right into what we're going to be doing in our upcoming project. We're going to be building and training a DeepQ network to learn to balance a pole on a moving cart. This is widely known as the cart and pole problem. We'll be using OpenAI's GEM toolkit to set up our cart and pole environment. Remember, GEM is what we used to set up our environment in previous episodes to train an agent to play Frozen Lake via value iteration. If you need an overview or refresher about GEM, be sure to check out our earlier episode where we first introduced it. The cart and pole problem consists of a cart that can move left and right along a frictionless track. The cart has a pole attached to the top of it, which starts out in a vertical upright position. However, by design, the pole will fall either to the left or to the right when it's not balanced. The goal here is to prevent this pole from falling over. So a reward of +1 will be given for each time step that the pole remains upright, and an episode will be deemed over when the pole is more than 15 degrees from vertical or when the cart moves more than 2.4 units from the center of the screen. So essentially, the longer the pole remains upright without deviating too far from the center of the screen, the more reward our agent will get. Now, just to get an idea of what would happen with no optimization at all for this cart and pole problem, here's a quick snippet of code that will run an instance of the cart and pole environment from GEM for 1,000 time steps and will take a random action, either left or right, at each time step. We'll render the environment at each step so we can see what this will look like. So yeah, as you can see, our DeepQ network will have some learning to do so that it can balance the pole better than this. Let's now jump into how to get our environment set up so we can get started with building our DeepQN. First things first, we're going to be using PyTorch to build our DeepQ network. PyTorch is a neural network API written in Python, and if you haven't worked with it yet, don't worry. You'll still be able to follow this project completely. We'll be sure to cover everything regarding PyTorch as it comes up in our coding, but PyTorch is a great library, so I'll encourage you to check it out if you haven't yet. We have a full PyTorch video series with accompanying blogs on DEEPLIZARD.com that start from the absolute basics and guide you into building and training your own networks from scratch. Now, for my personal environment, I'll be using Anaconda with Python version 3.7.3, and so aside from PyTorch and GEM, everything else we'll need comes included with Anaconda. To follow along using Anaconda yourself, you'll first need to install Anaconda. And you can see exactly how to do that on Anaconda's website where they have the command or executable you'll need depending on which operating system you're using. After installing Anaconda, you'll need to install GEM by simply using the command pip install gem. Then, lastly, you'll need to install PyTorch. I recommend for this step to check out our video or blog on how to quickly and easily install PyTorch. It will get PyTorch up and running for you in no time. I'm going to be using a Windows environment without a GPU for this project, so this is the command that I used to install PyTorch. I definitely recommend you check out the episode I just mentioned though for installing PyTorch, since this command may be different for you depending on your environment. Everything else we'll need, like our Jupyter Notebook and Matplotlib, NumPy, and Pillow, for example, will already be installed as they come packaged with the Anaconda install. Alright, we're now all set up to get started with our coding. We'll jump right into that next time. Let me know in the comments if you were able to get everything installed and ready to go. By the way, did you know you can now test your own understanding by taking quizzes after studying DeepLizard content? Head over to the blog for this video now on DeepLizard.com to check it out. And please like this video to let us know you're learning, and be sure to check out the DeepLizard HiveMind for exclusive perks and rewards. See you in the next one.
Hey, There is this quote by Nelson Mandela that is really cool. He said, "I never lose. I either win, or I learn." This is a powerful statement. Try to adopt this way of thinking into your own life. Next time you attempt something and lose, rather than looking at that attempt as a loss or a failure, look at it as a learning opportunity from which you can grow. That is, after all, what our reinforcement learning agent will be doing.